Great. Well, thanks for stopping in, Elaine. I appreciate it. I like
Oh, my
surprises.
pleasure.
How long have you lived in Salem?
I hate to say it, but 73 years.
No way, really?
Yes.
Is that your entire life?
That is, let's hope, yes. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, so were you born in Salem Hospital?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. And lived in the same family home on and off for my entire life. Inherited my home from my folks, and
yeah,
right on Shore Ave in Salem, which right in across the street from Salem Harbor. So
yeah.
it was absolutely awesome growing up in this home, beautiful home.
What is it like? Because I've moved. So I moved here in 2007. Um, and kind of, did the, move up and down the east, drive up and down 95 for like
Hmm.
20 years.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, What's it like to be in the house that you grew up in?
It was wonderful. Just the memories, the different seasons. It was just something really special, and particularly this home because it was right near Forest River Park, and
Yeah,
I could walk to downtown Salem, which
yeah,
was amazing, even as a little kid. And
yeah,
again, growing right across the street from the ocean, so I'd go swimming every day in the
yeah.
summer. It was just wonderful. I did move to Lawrence for 20 years when I taught high school history.
Okay.
And so I have an intense feeling for anything historical, or
Mm,
especially early American history, colonial history. And
yeah,
of course, I'm in the right place for that.
indeed. Indeed. I'm a deeply sentimental person, so I would find it really hard to make any kind of changes to my family home, like the house I grew up in, right?
Hmm.
Is your
Hmm.
house kind of a time capsule of your life, or do you try to keep it fresh, or
Just try to keep it updated. You know how it is with an older home,
Yeah.
older windows, and what
Yeah.
have you. But no, pretty much a time capsule.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
I'd be I'd be the same
My
way.
parents had good taste, so
That
I just
helps.
kept it right.
That helps. So if somebody saw you walking around the streets of Salem, how did they know you? How have people met you over the years?
Oh, many different ways. Again, growing up near Forest River Park, we always went to the playgrounds, and they had back in the day they had park instructors, so we would all gather together as kids. There'd be two park instructors, and
What does that mean? What is
would
that?
I know now.
Yeah.
And now you have daycare, which is very expensive, but back in the day, they parents we just walked to the park,
Yeah.
and there'd be two college students, one boy, one female, and one male,
Yeah.
and we would do arts and crafts as a group, and
Huh.
sports, and go swimming and what have you all summer, and it was free. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really cool. That was when Salem had, I think it was some crazy number, like 50 parks. That if there was a
Mm.
little, few square inches, Larry McIntyre, who was the head of Park and Rec for many years, a great guy, would put two college kids there, and again, you could just walk to a park and
Yeah.
be there all day and have lots of fun with friends. And then Salem has had I moved on to sports, very into sports, watching but also playing. In Salem Park, in rec department, had great sports for females,
Mm.
not just males. But again, back in the day, there weren't a lot going on with for in the way of female sports, but we played softball, basketball, volleyball, what have you. And I'm still on a volleyball team, if
Get
you can
out of here.
believe it,
That's
the same
awesome.
team. And again, I hate to say how many years, like 50 years on the same team. I mean, who does that,
Where do you
with some of the
play?
same players? The Carlton School
Yeah.
down on Bridge Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I know many people, and I always say, people in Salem, they're born in Salem and they tend to die in Salem.
Yeah.
It's a big deal if someone moves to Peabody or across the bridge into
Yeah.
Beverly.
Yeah.
It's
Let's talk a little bit about
distance.
Forest River's most notorious aspect, which is the concrete slide.
It's amazing any of us are alive, still alive.
That's exactly where I was going with that commentary. So I that predates you, right? That was there when you were a
Yes,
kid.
yeah, during the Depression, I think it was one of those
Mm,
projects to
mhm.
put people to work. But whoever did put the slide in there, I don't think
Build the
they were
most
an
dangerous thing.
engineer, right? It goes straight down, more like a cliff. And we used to have our bring cardboard down to
Yeah.
slide down, and half the time the cardboard would be left behind, and we wind up putting holes in our pants and what have you.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
amazing. So it was just as dangerous then as it is
Oh,
now.
right now I look at it and think, "How did I go down that
What?
thing?" You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was because, young, you don't know any better,
You're
really,
made of rubber. You just bounce
Yeah,
off of things. Yeah.
absolutely, and then
Yeah.
there was the, infamous pool in Salem, which, was not the cleanest pool
It
in the
was salt
world
water,
growing
right?
up.
It was salt water?
Not originally, no, it
Okay.
was actually was fresh water, but it wasn't clean. The filtration was not very good. But then, of course, the new one is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
beautiful,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So those changes that you've seen to the city over the years, Forest River is kind of like a microcosm of that, where it's like you have this massive concrete structure that has not changed a bit, yet the stuff around it has. The ball field is new
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
pool is, newer.
Absolutely
What
not.
are some other aspects that you've noticed in Salem over the years? Things that are better and things that are worse? What's improved and
Mhm.
what's gone down, in your opinion?
Well, again, back to Forest River, it's changed quite a bit. At one time, I actually worked at Pioneer Village, and that was very active
Yeah.
back in the day, but not so much, I guess, now. And the other thing that we did, and I think it's too bad that families would come all the time on Saturdays and Sundays to picnic. And we
Mm.
used to have carts, and they would park on as you enter the park right next to the ball field. People would park their cars, but they still had to take all their lounge chairs and
Yeah.
picnic baskets down to the pool so we would have our carts and make a few dollars taking
Oh,
people
funny. Okay.
down to the pool,
Oh,
right.
that's great.
Yeah, it was every Saturday, Sunday, and the place was jammed. It
Yeah.
was packed, but now you go and people are so busy, it's hard, I think, for families to get together and to go and picnic. You still see some families, but not as much, definitely getting together and, hanging out and
Yeah.
what have you. But other things, it's great the way Salem, has, preserved all the historic homes and the
Mhm.
historic neighborhoods. At one time they were talking about taking down the homes on Derby Street. Can you imagine? I
Mm.
mean, it's just phenomenal because they were pretty run down or
Sure.
what have you. But instead of thinking about renovating, they were just going to take them down, and I assume build modern high rises,
Sure.
probably, or what have you. And now Derby Street is just amazing.
Yeah.
And the same with the Hawthorne Hotel. If you can believe it, it was at one time almost a rooming house.
Mm.
Where people would try to rent by maybe the month or what have you. It was
Yeah.
quite run down. And then people, that had some foresight realized that, hey, we could really, make a go of this and
Yeah.
renovate these
Yeah.
places instead of taking them down and rebuilding. Of course, one of the drawbacks that we all complain about is the traffic in Salem,
Sure.
that and trying to park in Salem, and
Yeah.
especially, of course, in the fall.
Yeah.
There are, I like Halloween and all the events leading up to Halloween, but it can get a pretty chaotic in Salem, and it is kind of hard to get around and
Is it
what
is
have
it
you.
noticeably busier than when you were younger? I mean, is it
Oh, no, most
Dramatically
definitely
different? Yeah.
dramatic, haunted happenings. I forget, maybe
80
25
something.
years
Yeah.
ago or
It was in
something.
1980
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, even longer now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, probably 35, 40 years. Yeah. That really brought on in the promotion of
Hmm.
it. And, and it is pros and
Sure.
cons, I think, of Salem. I mean, it is what it's noted for, but it's, as we know, still has a lot to offer. The Peabody Museum is, of course, phenomenal.
Yeah.
What they've done. It's funny, as a little kid, I remember I went to St. Mary's Elementary School, which of course is right on Hawthorne Boulevard there, which is
Yep.
now condos. But we would go after school, would go over to the museum and go through the museum, and it was so much smaller then. It was
Hmm.
pretty tiny back then, but then it's evolved into this amazing, amazing museum. People
Yeah.
come from all over the world to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. My home was right next to a couple of doors down from the Hocus Pocus house, and you
Okay.
talk about a change.
Yep.
Shore Ave was a very quiet street, and
Yeah.
then it became famous, became very well known, and thousands of people come every year just to see the home. And
Sure.
I saw, of course, it was right there while the film was being made.
Mm.
And that was a lot of fun to see how, first of all, how a film is made, but it was amazing how it turned into this
You had no idea
cult
what.
film.
Yeah.
Not a
No
clue.
clue.
It's
Yeah.
like really
Yeah.
every year it's getting bigger instead of less.
Yeah.
It's just phenomenal how something like that can happen. The elderly couple, they couldn't believe it, that lived in the home. People, the bad part is, unfortunately, people don't always respect other people's
Correct.
space, and they'd come up on their porch and knock on the door to see if they could, go through the house. And they're like,
No.
no,
I
you
live
can't come
here.
through our house.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my
What's
God.
funny, my youngest son at one point gets totally a mouths of babes situation. When he was little, he would ask me these really difficult questions on the way to school in the morning, and I was barely awake and just like, really, Bowie? Like right now, you got to ask me this? And one day he said, does everybody live in a place that people want to visit? And I said, no, most people live in, kind of nowheresville.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
some rando town in Western Pennsylvania, whatever. But it really got me thinking of, we really are fortunate in that this is a place that matters, right? That people are interested in.
Absolutely, absolutely. That to think that people do come from all over the world, and when I've gone to Europe several times, and when I tell them where I'm from, they're like, "Oh, do you know any witches?"
Yep.
Like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know many witches."
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, people from again all over the country come here. And again, not just for witchcraft, have you, but all the seafaring captains and their
Yeah.
homes,
Yeah.
Derby and the rest of
Yeah.
them. It's just phenomenal. I just feel really blessed growing up in such an area.
The last question that I asked
Mhm.
folks is, what are you doing to make Salem a better place?
Oh, that's a tough one. You put me on the spot here. Again, trying to be a good neighbor,
Hmm.
and just yeah, trying to um, support local businesses, and
Hmm.
again, just enjoying Salem myself, and thereby I think making Salem a better place. I think if everyone enjoyed where they lived and contributed, however, just maybe going out to the restaurants, or
Hmm.
maybe volunteering occasionally. Hopefully, I think it would be every place would be a much better place if people did that.
This is kind of a out of left field question, but I think it's related. My neighbors who live upstairs from me, they're lifelong Salem residents as well, and I think they're probably late 60s, early 70s.
Hmm.
Um, they, I mentioned to them at one point, Harrison's Comics over
Yes,
on
so sure.
Essex Street. I
Hmm.
mentioned Harrison's at one point because our neighbor works there, And he just looked at me and he goes, "Oh, where is that?"
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Well, it's been there for 40 some odd years. I think it's, just, I thought it was interesting that he didn't know
And
it's half a mile
establishments,
away,
right, right,
And Salem's only 8 square miles.
right. It is small
It's
area-wise. Yeah, a
small.
lot of people, but
But at the
small
same time,
area-wise.
I've been here since 2007. I think I've been to Witchcraft Heights maybe once, you
Oh, okay.
know?
Right, right.
So it's like, I think what I'm trying to get at is, how can we get out more? Do you see all of Salem? Do you go to Witchcraft Heights? Do you
Last
like
few years, not so much. I
right?
think just when I was younger, maybe I went different places. Yeah, I was a teacher substitute, so I went all
Oh,
over
so you saw. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
places like that. But
But it's interesting because I live not far from you. I live over off of Lafayette Street. I walk my dog past your house. So it is interesting how we get kind of sequestered, right, in
hmm
our little neighborhoods,
hmm
despite Salem not being very big.
hmm hmm
So I think kind of what I'm getting at is, being part of that community means going to other parts of town
oh, definitely.
and doing things in other places. Does that make sense? Am I
It
making
it
sense?
does. I'm just while you're saying that, Chris. I'm just thinking of different parts of Salem that are so interesting, not just downtown
Right.
Salem and
Right.
Derby, Pickering Wharf and places like that. But South Salem has a lot to offer. The college has a lot. Salem State University has a lot to offer. And again, Forest River Park is a wonderful place to picnic or go to the beach or
Yeah. Yeah.
places like that.
Oh, I
But
try so hard not to tell people about Forest River because I just I want to keep it for
keep it
myself.
yourself.
I
Yeah,
keep the secret,
absolutely. I
man.
know. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Elaine, thank you for taking
Oh,
time out of your
oh,
day
my
to
pleasure,
stop in
Chris.
and
Thank,
say
thank you for
hi.
having me.
And
Yeah.
next time I'm walking down shore with the dog,
Yeah.
I'll wave and say
Yeah.
hi.
To
So
my old home, the old homestead.
um, I will admit to purposely walking the dog through people's pictures while they're taking pictures of the Hocus Pocus house. I do that's my one transgression against the visitors is I ruin their pictures on of the
Well,
Hocus
it's
Pocus
almost hard not to
house.
because there are so many people that are
Right.
there and it's year round. It's not just Halloween.
Otherwise, I'm very helpful and very nice.
Mm,
So
I'm sure. I don't doubt.